Welcome everybody to week 2 of the World Doom League. I am Xenaero and I am joined by my co-host, Blair. Hey Blair, how you doing? Blair is here somewhere. But until then, we're going to talk about the map. Now, week 1 we saw a lot go on actually between a whole bunch of teams, and we got a new screen to kind of go over the recap a little bit. Now, we saw the Sexual Panthers and Best Ever take a 2-round victory over their opponents last week, and we saw a kind of a crazy trend with the games. Red team did not win at all last week, and Blair unfortunately has disappeared. He's my color commentator, but is that him? Could that be Blair?
Take a better break, but what is up, Doomers?
What's up, Blair? It's your boy. All right, so we have our current. Do you want to talk about anything from last week?
Yeah, I mean, for these two teams, like last week, it's as easy as BST won in dominating fashion against
Oh, bless Blom. They
bless.
Yeah, it was a 2-round win, or was that a 3-round game or a 2-round game? I have the
2-round
result
game,
up
and
on the okay.
less than 9 minutes, they scored 10 flags
Oh
in two
yeah, that
rounds.
was a.
Absolutely just crazy for a stat line.
It was completely out of control, considering that the team just showed up for their game, like in the same fashion we're probably going to see tonight. Their team captain, Ross King, is on the way home from work as we speak, apparently driving through a storm, or he is the storm. The pressure is on Demon Slayers to pull together for this map, but we're going to switch away from our little recap. I mean, we got 100 different stat lines up there, but we just kind of want to show you what happened in week 1. Pretty much every blue team ran away with it that week, which is kind of spooky. But we're going to head back into this one, which should show you guys the map and the lineup. Now, Best Ever, captained by Ross King, is followed by ACC, Skull Rush, and Ion, while Demon Slayer is captained by Alpha, Hate Dad, and will be followed by Hate Daddy, Drangster, and Fran, who is a new trade to that team. Is there anything you want to say about these two teams, Blair?
BST is obviously led by Cab. I mean, have shown at every point that they don't need to practice, and they will be absolutely just completely dominant. However, on the other side of things, the Demon Slayers have shown cracks. They lost week 1 in a 2-0 match to Ty's team, Ty's OnlyFans. So they have a little work cut out for them. They've practiced a lot this week. I've actually played a lot against them this week. I mean, they've improved, but I've also practiced against Cab's team this week. And man, you just have to play perfect against them to get any sort of ground at all.
Yeah, Best Ever has a lineup that is formidable for sure, especially considering their week one triumph, and how fast they were able to assert dominance on the last map, which was more of a slugfest map. This week's map, unfortunately, we can't say the full name on Twitch, because we've evolved past that. But this map is far more of an item control map. The Soul Sphere is in the middle, and we'll do a flyby right before the game starts in about 8 or so minutes, kind of show off the map. The slideshow gives you kind of a good picture of how the map is laid out, and yes, we have now a custom command that kind of gives you a brief overview of what we're doing here. It's a Doom 2 3v3 Capture the Flag League that we've kind of nurtured over the years. and you can go to doomleague.org, and there will be all that recap that we touched on. There's more details of games. We have our own stat generation machine that runs through the matches, and we get all of our statistics and data from that. We also have a new betting feature on our Discord. Blair, would you like to talk a little bit about the odds tonight?
Yeah, so the odds this morning were 6.25 to 1 favorite BST. That was just before noon. Now the odds are somewhere around 2.7 or 6.7, 6.8. So BST is the clear favorite here from all of the Discord regulars.
And I'm seeing BSD actually in a server. Looks like they might be trying to get some practice in the last minutes before the game. I see SBR and DMS playing each other in another server. So we will be actually getting this game underway in a timely fashion. It's always kind of tricky to get the game going at the right time when you don't know if all members are going to be at their computers up to that point. We ran into that last week with one of the captains, and it was resolved quickly, but you never know until we have to push it off about 30 minutes. But for the first game we're broadcasting in week 2, we will be on time. So I hope everybody's well. We'll go over kind of a few notes for both teams. Now, Rothstein had 5 total captures last week. He's known as a very aggressive runner, and so we'll probably look for him to control the sphere a lot more this week than other players on his team. Skull Rush had 3 captures last week and played pretty smart map control from mid. ACC top damage in last week's game, only allowed 2 flags to bleed out. ACC is not a static defender, so we'll be watching him kind of move between point to point in the base and not act like a turret, which can be a detriment on this map with multiple attack points coming at the flag. Now, Ion did not play last week, but that's not to say that we won't see a debut game in Force. Demon SlayerS, captained by Alpha. He's kind of the wild card of the game. He's very flexible as a player. His performance is kind of the linchpin of the Demon SlayerS. Drangzer is going to need to utilize smart running if they field him. Needs to use Best Ever's aggression against them in case they push out too far, they feel too confident. This map has excellent routes around people who feel too confident. They push up a little bit too far, and people can slip by their peripheral vision. Hate Daddy, there will be a lot of eyes on him due to being a consistent, very smart fragger. He picks his targets very well, prioritizes enemies very well. But he is going to there's going to be a lot of pressure on him to keep Best Ever under control. Blair, do you have any predictions for this game before we jump into the server and do a little flyby with the map?
I no conflict of interest, but I did place my bet for BST. So I believe, for the interest of my wallet, that BST will take it 2-0 against the Demon SlayerS.
Well, unlike my co-host, I have integrity, and I did not bet on these teams. So I have no skin in the game, although I probably should have bet on BST because they're my favorite to win this game, and I think they might win in 2 rounds. If last week was any indication, they're a cohesive fighting force, and there's a lot of pressure on DMS to really pull it together. They may have to play the long game, but I believe BST is going to win in 2 rounds. I think BST is going to augment their 4-point standing to 8. If for those who aren't aware, I'll actually switch back to the recap kind of to illustrate the point. 2-round wins are a 4-point gain on the leaderboard. A 3-round win is 3 points. A tie is 2 points to both teams. And if you lose in 3 rounds, you get 1 point. If you lose in 2 rounds, you get nothing. So that being said, let's see if I can jump in one of these servers. I don't know which one is going to have the people. DMS is joining server KBlair. Looks like.
Roger that.
So we got our little overlay going. Try to... Why is it not capturing the game? That's why. Un momento, por favor.
Yeah, our casters then is also the producer and the observer. Many roles on his plate.
It's alright, we'll get this going. There we go. Window capture did not want to cooperate. I'm going to switch it. I was playing a little bit earlier, so I'll switch it back to unlimited frames, and we'll do a little flyby through the map here. That should be displaying for everybody. So the bases are kind of complex. There is a lift that leads out to mid, up top here, kind of out of sight. Armor is going to be important for players to control as they push out to the to offense. Usually the runner will grab that armor. Head out to mid where Soul Sphere is critical to control. Back in the base, there is a button here in each base that corresponds to this door. Runs through on the lava on this side. Happens to be a pretty common standoff point for this map. And that teleport on that side leads to the other team's lava area. There is an upper spawn point up here. Quick SSG grab. Unlike last week's map, I don't believe any spawn spawns with SSG. You spawn either on a shotgun or a chain gun. And it's up to you to figure out how you want to play. It really does benefit runners in the fact that defenders don't immediately spawn with the potential to one-shot you. This here's the mid area. We have seen a couple teams utilize a kind of a complicated strategy involving the lift or the door. So look for that as we tab between the runners. Stark, how are you doing? Well, we are too. We're high on competition. And as both teams file in, looking at BST's Ross King and Skull Rush. Seems to be, and with Alpha and Hey Daddy leading on DMS so far. ACC, Drangzer. It looks like we'll see a repeat of last week's lineups. But again, we have a little custom command, little exclamation point WDL. Hey Vicious, how you doing? And that kind of leads you to our YouTube too, where we broadcasted a lot of the week 1 games. It's kind of our experimental week. It worked out pretty well. People seem to like it, so give that a little subscribe, and we'll upload the videos as soon as the games are done. And usually we'll have the stat line ready for you at the end of the game as well. And players are starting to disconnect to record. It is a requirement for players to record their demos, just in case anything fishy happens. So we have a little overlay, shows the abbreviations of the teams. Best ever, BST versus
the Demon Slayers,
or DMS. And the this is map 30. God, how do you say this map? Map 3722, also known as Gargantuan, which, you know, we can't really say.
That's too hot for TV. We can't say that.
That's too hot for TV. Our producers said, no, you cannot say that live on the air.
This map was made during a time where even then it wasn't really that acceptable, but they did it anyway.
They did it anyway. They were rebels. There were dark times. Hey Daddy says ready. DMS looking like they're ready. I guess I have the team colors completely opposite. I thought BST was red, or if BST was blue. I must be wrong. Call vote restart has been initiated. We will be going in 5.
flag return.
We're going to start watching Skull Rush from Best Ever. Moving forward. Sphere's been controlled by best ever. Little lift from Alpha. Can't seem to get out of the base. Looking for an upper run route here. Showing that trying to bypass mid is valuable for a runner. You need every little bit of health possible. Super shotguns are critical. Alpha making another run. Grabs the flag. Can he get out? 60. Pinned in base. Every half second, every quarter second counts when you're trying to run out of a base on this map. ACC. Can't seem to get past mid. Alpha with the red flag. Trying to get out to mid. Gets gunned down at mid. Skull rush. Can't seem to make it out of the base. Needs more cover. Shot the guy in front of him. He could have left him. He could have left him, and I don't think he would have been any the wiser. ACC with the flag. Gunned down. You're going to see a lot of... Seems to be both teams playing pretty conservatively. BST making a sphere run. ACC trying to get out of the base. Can't make it. Even though that sphere gives you 100 health, you don't get armor from the soul sphere pickup. Alpha. Skull Rush, both dropping their flags. Pretty defensive game so far, Blair.
Yeah, for sure. I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting BST to come out swinging.
Watching team captain Ross King. How's he playing? Looking to control the sphere? Can't seem to deny it. Alpha getting gunned down quick though. That health didn't last him very long. The key appears to be Ross King dying on the flag stand. That's not the key. That's not what we're looking for. Alpha trying to get out. Two people behind him. Dies on the steps.
It's hard to win games while dead.
It's difficult. It's difficult. Hey Daddy out to mid. Got pretty speedy there. Just need a little bit of cover. Alpha. Oh, that didn't last too long. I think he's getting a little boost for his teammate, but he just got shot in the mid, grabbed the sphere, and instantly lost it. Again, this map plays a lot trickier. There's a lot more finesse allowed on this map due to the layout and how the spawns function.
And Demon Slayers surprised me. They're getting item control. Was not going to expect that. I thought BSC would win the fight at mid.
Skull Rush trying to drop down to that spawn area, but instead opts to go take the upper route all the way back. Can't seem to grab the flag. Alpha, 15, very low with a spawn right behind him. Got the cover, out to mid, but there's a guy up top. Oh, hey Daddy, with the pickup! And that is first blood. I repeat.
First blood.
Oh.
That's 1-0 for DMS, taking on a lead that we didn't really expect. Or I didn't
Absolutely
expect.
Nor all the betters.
Nor all the betters. There's even people in the chat saying, am I losing my 1,000? It's possible you will. Shit. So, hey, kind of falling back on defense after that run. Kind of interesting how they changed their lineup, trying to fend off that wave. After a capture, you usually have a wave of people coming into your base. It's very critical to defend that wave or you'll get a recap, or whatever you want to call it. A rebound. Ross King can't seem to make it out of that base. A lot of runs out to mid. Not much usage of that door, or the lift. Sphere up. Ross King, 124 with some armor. Oh, that's not good. Can't seem to dodge those shots. Skull Rush, trying to juke past Hatred, going upwards. Up and out, 40 health, using the cover to his advantage. Can he get cover? No, not enough cover in the base. Taking that upper route, it cuts off time, so anyone flying, going as the crow flies, straight through mid, they'll intercept you. Big return on the podium. Great return. Showing the value of not only going for it, but that their coordination has secured them the first flag of the round. Ross King, 55 health. Can't seem to get behind those pillars quick enough. Skull Rush trying to blister past mid. Hatred doing a standoff up at the upper lift. Probably yelling at his team, drop a lift, please. It's not quick enough. Tied up. God, tie game here now. anyone's game, showing how powerful these two teams are. Grinding it out.
Certainly
ACC going upwards. Oh. Alpha, now with a run of his own, kills the spawn, kills the second guy, but gets shot from mid. And that is one of the advantages of mouse look. Hatred dies on the pedestal. The pickup happens. Drangzer with a great pickup before it gets returned. Leveraging another flag in advantage of Demon Slayers. Oh, I'm sorry.
Demon Slayers.
Bart, I don't want to alarm you, but the Demon Slayers are ahead by
house.
1. Oh my god, they're in the house. We got an Alpha fan in the chat right now. Alpha about to go Super Saiyan. Let's look at the frag disparity. Not much. 5, which is nothing. ACC putting up a lot of points, but the real points ACC needs right now are flags. Let's not forget. They're down by 1 with 3 minutes 40, and Alpha seems to be lagging out for a second. ACC, or Ross King with a flag on the heels of that.
That's a shame.
Hopefully morale didn't suffer too bad from that. But there's 3 minutes left for DMS to take another flag. We'll watch Ross King a little bit. Can we get eyes on that sphere? Hatred looking, but he catches every single corner imaginable, playing Pinball Wizard up there. Can't get the sphere. Skull Rush making a run, but can't get to the podium. Ross King. As soon as I switch to him, he's dead. ACC can't even watch this man run. There's so many people in the base. They can't seem to get past him. Alpha's about to time out, you think?
No, he's still moving.
He's still playing. ACC across mid. 60, that's enough. Enough to make it 3-2. He had just enough distance behind him. Nobody trying to chain gun him in the back. That's another thing for this map. You can use the chain gun. You can use the shotgun. Ross King returns it and scores 4-2. BST waking up. Hatred trying to go upper. Catches the corner. He's in trouble. Can't get the one shot. Too much activity at mid. Alpha, pick up. Drangzer, pick up. Too much for them to hold on to. Alpha. Looking to finish this. Looking to finish round 1. Juking in the base. Gets caught on people. Body blocks. He's got a teammate covered in mid, but he can't get out in time. Drangzer looking to defend. Ross King out to mid again with nearly full armor. Health not looking so good. Drops it on the pedestal. What a legendary return from Drangzer.
It's the second one this game.
Keeps the game in play. Keeps the game in play. 1 minute 30. Can they tie it up? Let's go. So keep sphere for a little bit until we get another flag pickup. Ross King can't seem to make it out of the game. Out of the gate. He's definitely in the game, that's for sure. Grabbing the flag again, saying, no, you're not returning it, I'm picking it back up. Alpha can't seem to make it out. Alpha tried to grab armor, didn't even pick it up. 50 seconds left.
Sent 3 people in on the Demon Slayers. That's when they were getting the flags out. Oh, and this might be in one for Hatred.
Oh, Hatred got caught in the middle pillar trying to fight his way back. He knew he was too close. Good return from Hatred, but they need flags. Maybe they need to start thinking about what they're going to do round 2. BST out for blood. Alpha. 20 seconds left. No runs. No. I haven't seen DMS try to use the door, the lift. Nothing.
Yeah, they're gonna need some gadget plays here to get some flags.
Well, the pressure's on now. BST 4-2 in round 1. So far,
need
those
to
predictions are looking good.
We need to see the Demon Slayers round 2 be able to push in 3 in. We need the defender, or they need the defender on the
BST with
SSG.
a Soul Sphere, but it didn't seem to pan out for him. Got gunned down real quick. Alpha, 10 health. Not looking too great for him to get out of the base. Too many shotguns behind him. Fishes says, do you think the team color disparity is going to continue this week? Well, only time will tell. We got one match tonight, one match tomorrow, and 3 lined up for Sunday. Sunday. Which, if you check the schedule tab on the doomleague.org page, you'll see all the times in Eastern Standard Time for the remainder of the games this weekend. Ross King kind of playing a little defense there, making sure the flag don't go nowhere. I'm gonna switch over to Hatred for a little bit. Alpha. He's got 100. That's a good run. Oh no, he got shot in. Hatred with the... Oh, come on. Let's go. 1-0. Another good pickup, showing how viable pickups are on a map like this. I'm wondering how many original...
And pick flag up when he falls.
Yeah. If you have a teammate covering, they're in close proximity. If they're keeping an eye on you, on your vector, for more or less, they can pick up that flag effortlessly. ACC, 60 health, but there's a standoff. Alpha up top gets gunned down.
Shot.
ACC rocks him, returns the flag, scores it 1-1. BST tying it up, saying no, you're not hanging on to that lead for very long. 8 minutes left. Ross King, 20 health. Kills one defender, other one grabs him. Alpha. Another pickup, Skull Rush with the blue flag. Just holding off while his team can return it. That's important.
Smart play.
Yeah, great play. SBR is the best team from Valveganis. Steel Ball Runners will be playing another day. Not tonight. Ross King, 70. Trying to get out, 50. Can't seem to juke him too hard. Pretty quiet game so far. Nothing crazy touch-wise. Alpha tried to get covered, but no. Skull Rush. Hatred trying to make it out of the base, but he just keeps getting caught in every corner. Alpha.
Oh, here's a run.
Yep, but he just got one shot.
That happens.
A little quicker on the trigger, and he could have been out past mid. Skull Rush with the flag. Kills the defender. Can't get the second one past the mid pillar. Oh, watch Alpha. Seems to be warping a tiny bit, but his connection seems stable, unlike what we saw in round 1. Skull Rush with a pickup. Still anybody's game easily on a map like this, with a little bit of finesse, a little bit of good cover. It's all you need. A lot of teams hanging back after that initial spawn that do damage to a runner. ACC trying to go across mid, but there are 2 people waiting upper. Drangzer. What are you doing up here, Drangzer? Running into people, saying hi, doing a little high five. Seems to have Drangzer on base defense. I hear a lift. Hatred out to mid. 15 health, getting caught in the pillar. Running smack dab into that pillar. Ross King. Upper, lower? Where's he going? That soul is up. He's gonna grab it. Gets shot down. They were expecting that. Alpha. Oh, no. Hatred with the flag. Oh, what happened? There was a score. I didn't even see that.
Yes, that was DMS.
DMS up 2-1 while we were watching the other carrier get gunned down at mid. Ross King trying to even it up. There's a pickup. Not enough, though. That army of blue people. Skull Rush going across mid. Has pretty good health. Can he dodge the... Oh, he does. They were able to hold off DMS in their base long enough for him to score that flag. Getting across from that those upper steps to the podium, one of the most dangerous times you could be a runner.
Seems like his team had his back, though. It's very...
Yeah, all you have to do is delay just long enough. Whole bunch of people on the blue podium. Alpha. Not too far. 2-2, 4 minutes left. This map has been back and forth. Alpha, 15 health. Ah, not too far. Gets shot down by a chain gun. For those who don't know Classic Doom's mechanics very well, each bullet will do 5, 10, or 15 damage. That applies to every single bullet, including the spread of a super shotgun. So a chain gun can do some significant damage depending on how the RNG treats you. Skull Rush with the flag, but flanked by 2 defenders. Doesn't get too far. Ross King. Not. Yeah, wow. There's a lot of returns that happen really quick here.
I'm just surprised at how defensive everyone is playing.
Yeah, it's very... I think every team is really afraid to give up a flag here. I still want to see a door play. I want to see that door open. I want to see a runner fly out there, hot-footed across the lava, and score it that way. We're not seeing it with these teams. They're very frag-heavy teams trying to control mid, taking turns grabbing the sphere. Ross King, 25 health out. Just not enough. But there's a pickup. ACC, trailed by a defender. Another pickup. Ross King picks it back up, said, thanks, buddy, for taking it this far. I'll finish it. Skull Rush with a back-to-back flag. BST putting nails in the coffin right now. Looking for another 2-round victory this week. Ross King, 35 health. No one seems to be on him. If his team has him covered, that's it. That's how quick it turned. That's it. 2-round victory for BST, giving them another 4 points to their leaderboard.
And a huge payout to the betters of Team Best Ever.
Oh, that's such a huge payout.
Spend your $10 or so wisely.
Spend your Doom Bucks wisely in the games to come. But that was it for that game. That was a decisive 2-round victory for Best Ever. Going back to the recap, we will see Best Ever rocket up to the top of the leaderboard with 8 points after week 2, while Demon Slayers will sit at 1 point. Putting pressure on them to try to make a playoff berth after week 5. The picture is starting to shape up more and more. Our next game is... What's our next game, Blair? Do you remember? We'll pull up the schedule.
I can pull it up.
Next game is the Sexual Panthers versus the Steel Ball Runners. Tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern. So, I mean, hey. It's a pretty decisive win from Best Ever. See, I have the colors right on this, but I guess my overlay, when I made it, I swapped the team colors, so... Sorry. You know what? We're learning. We're learning. As you hear sounds of combat and text messages in the background, get to look at the map a little bit more, and think, where do you think DMS went wrong here?
I mean, it was quick, man. Like, it just seemed like whenever BST decided that they were going to push 3, like DMS just could just do nothing but get scored on.
Yeah, it was tough when they lost that one flag. They weren't able to reset quick enough, and that was all they needed. All BST needed to blitz a few more flags. Uh, Thanks for that subscription. Glad you're liking it. Um, Fran is not on the Demon Slayers. I made a mistake somewhere. It's okay. I redid all the assets like last night late, so I'll have to go back over it and change it. But yeah, thanks everybody for the support on the stream. This will be going up on YouTube shortly after. I'll have to change the graphics, make sure that's all dot the I's and cross the T's for tomorrow's game, which I believe Blair, will you be co-hosting that game as well?
I sure will. I'll be there.
So we got
Fair and square.
I am Xenaero, and my co-host KBlair does a fantastic color commentary job. I'm glad you guys showed up this late on a Friday night. Happy weekend to you. Congratulations to BST. And we'll play you out with the WDL theme song. Thanks for tuning in, and come back tomorrow for another exciting game on this lovely map. Thank you all. Have a great evening.